Imagine stepping up to like a high-stakes gambling table.
Okay.
But you're not betting money. You're betting, well, decades of your life, right?
Right.
Your time, your emotional future, all on one person.
It's a huge bet. Daunting, as you say.
It really is. You commit, you invest everything hoping they are the one. But there's always that little whisper, uncertainty.
That nagging feeling.
That whisper, it isn't just, anxiety. It reflects the pretty rough statistical reality of relationships today.
The uncertainty is almost baked in.
Totally. I mean, the data shows something like, 70% of couples don't make it past the first year?
70% just vanishing into thin air. It's staggering.
And then even if you get married, almost half of U.S. marriages end in divorce or separation.
Yeah, that cycle of investing everything and then painful withdrawal, that's the cost.
And that's what we're trying to get ahead of today, right?
Yeah.
Mitigate that cost.
Exactly. And a lot of it, maybe the root cause is often this deep fear of being alone. It clouds our judgment.
Sure.
So our mission in this deep dive is really to cut through that fear. We're going to lay out these 5 critical, self-reflective questions you have to answer with brutal honesty.
Okay.
Because these questions are designed to give you clarity, real certainty, to help you figure out if your relationship is built on something genuine, something lasting,
Sure.
or if it's just, a temporary fix, just filling a void because you're lonely.
Right, that void-filling thing. Let's unpack that. It feels like the most subtle trap, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The difference between being fulfilled and just less lonely.
That brings us straight to question 2, actually. Does being with this person truly fulfill you deep down, or do they just make you feel less lonely?
Okay, but hold on. Shouldn't a relationship help with loneliness? Isn't that part of the point? Where's the line between, healthy support and just dependency?
That's a great question. The line is really drawn at your self-sufficiency before them. See, loneliness, it acts like an emotional vacuum. And it'll just suck in the nearest connection, often, regardless of whether it's actually a good fit.
Right, suitability doesn't even factor in sometimes.
Not when the vacuum is strong enough. The research is pretty clear. Loneliness pushes people into pairings that are fundamentally wrong for them.
So you have to ask.
You have to ask, are they adding real substantive value to your life, or are they just an object of distraction, something to focus on? Because maybe you don't have much else going on for yourself.
Oof, that's sharp. But it's a good test, isn't it? Like, if your whole world would just implode the second they walked out.
Then it probably wasn't genuine growth.
It was just holding up a structure you hadn't built yourself.
Precisely. If they're just filling a void, that relationship is incredibly vulnerable. Any stress, any challenge, and it could crumble. They need to be a welcome addition, not the pillar holding up your whole life.
Okay, so if they are just filling a void, what does that say about how they reflect you? That brings us to the self-reflection test. Question 1 you mentioned.
Yes, question 1. It sounds simple, but it's incredibly revealing.
Okay, what is it?
The question is this. If someone told you, just matter-of-factly, you are a lot like your partner, how would that statement genuinely make you feel?
Right. You'd have an instant gut reaction, wouldn't you?
You would. An immediate internal feedback loop.
So let's break down the 2 possibilities. First, maybe it feels good, like a compliment.
Exactly. If you hear that and think, yeah, okay, I can see that, or even feel pleased, that signals alignment. It suggests you genuinely admire and respect who they are.
Shared values, maybe? Similar goals?
Things like that. The relationship reflects your best self, or at least the self you're aspiring to be. It feels congruent.
But the other reaction, the less comfortable one.
That's the warning sign. If hearing that comparison makes you feel uneasy, or you pause, or there's a flicker of discomfort.
Like a little internal wince?
Yes. That hesitation is serious. It suggests there might be qualities in your partner that you secretly don't like, or traits that actually clash with who you are or who you want to become.
So the right person should kind of amplify you, not make you question your own direction in that negative way.
They should complement who you are, absolutely. It's about that self-respect being mirrored back. If you respect them, you respect the parts of yourself reflected in them.
Okay, so let's say we pass that test. We genuinely admire who they are. It's not just about filling a void. What's next? How much of us are we actually showing them?
Which leads us to question 3, the authenticity test.
Authenticity.
Right. This digs into whether you're maintaining some kind of facade. Ask yourself, can you be unapologetically you around them? Your goofiness, your sensitivity, your ambition, your confidence, all of it.
Or do you feel like you constantly have to dial parts of yourself down, edit yourself.
Exactly. Do you tone them down for their approval or because you worry they won't accept the real you?
I mean, everyone adjusts a bit at the start, right?
Yeah.
That's just dating.
Of course.
Yeah.
Initial adjustments are normal.
Yeah.
But we're talking about a sustained effort, this idea of facade fatigue.
Facade fatigue. Okay, what does that feel like? What are the symptoms?
It feels like constant exhaustion, maybe resentment building up, a creeping feeling of being fundamentally misunderstood or unseen.
Because you're always performing, essentially.
Precisely. If you're perpetually tweaking your core personality to fit what you think they expect, that's just not sustainable. A truly healthy partnership has to be the safe place where you can finally let your guard down.
And be accepted, flaws and all.
Yes, we all want to improve, naturally. But the key question is, are they comfortable accepting and loving your imperfections today? Right now, not some future improved version.
And we should clarify what we mean by flaws here. It's not just about, socks on the floor.
No, we're talking fundamental character traits. Your core sensitivity, your ambition level, your particular sense of humor. Are they loving your quirks, or are they subtly, or not so subtly, judging or trying to change those core parts of you?
Because if they only love the polished version,
then you're not really in a partnership. You're in an exhausting one-person audition that frankly never ends.
wow, yeah, that exhaustion. It feels like it bleeds right into the next hard truth. Question 4. The reality test.
Ah, yes. Perhaps the cruelest one. Are you in love with who they actually are right now, today? Or are you in love with their potential?
The person they could be.
This is the absolute core of what some call the rom-com fallacy. We get addicted to the idea of someone, the fantasy of the perfected future version that exists only in our imagination.
But the idea isn't real.
The idea isn't reality, and pinning your hopes there is dangerous.
So where's the line? I mean, we all hope our partners grow, right? When does healthy hope become just denial?
It crosses the line when you're sticking around only because you hope they'll fundamentally change a destructive present flaw. And we're talking about significant things here.
Like what? Give me some visceral examples.
Okay, like, are you waiting for them to finally finish that degree they abandoned years ago and get serious? Or maybe it's deeper. Are you waiting for them to deal with chronic infidelity, unresolved anger issues, an addiction they refuse to acknowledge?
Things they aren't actively working on now.
Exactly. If the person you're hoping for hasn't shown up after a significant amount of time and isn't actively, demonstrably working towards that change, you're probably not being a partner anymore. You're playing therapist or maybe savior.
Which isn't fair to either of you, really.
Not at all. The principle is simple, but yeah, brutal. You have to love them for who they are today if you can't fully embrace their current reality, flaws and all.
You're setting yourself up for disappointment. Maybe years of waiting for a ghost.
Decades, potentially. Waiting for a phantom, as you say.
Okay, getting clear on that reality, it actually leads us to another common friction point, doesn't it? Success and supporting each other. Question 5.
Yes, question 5 asks, are you truly capable of rooting for each other's biggest successes without feeling threatened or insecure?
And this goes way beyond just saying congrats, right?
Oh, absolutely. This is about deep emotional security and symmetry in the relationship. Are you genuinely, truly open to your partner realizing their biggest dreams? Even if those dreams are huge, time-consuming.
Even if they might change your shared life dramatically.
That's the core of it, without feeling insecure yourself or threatened by their success or by the changes it brings.
It's interesting. The source material really flags this as a major reason couples separate when their career scales get wildly out of sync.
That's a huge one. Let's say one partner starts operating on a completely different level, becomes a massive thought leader, a globally successful entrepreneur, while the other stays more local, maybe in a less high-profile role.
What happens then? Where does the friction come in?
It's not just about money, though. That can be part of it. It's often about time, priorities, and status, frankly. For the partner who isn't experiencing that massive public success, can you handle the new reality, being in their shadow, maybe?
The constant travel, the shift in their focus.
Exactly. Does it breed bitterness, a feeling of being left behind? That fractures things. And conversely, for the successful partner, can they trust that the other person still sees the real them beneath the new fame or fortune?
Or do they start worrying the relationship has become transactional? Like, Are you only here for the perks now?
That suspicion can be just as damaging. True partnership means you're genuinely cheering each other on side by side, no matter the scale of achievement.
Right. Your success shouldn't make me feel smaller. It should just make me excited for our journey, wherever it leads.
Beautifully put. And underpinning all 5 of these crucial questions, there's one fundamental, non-negotiable foundation.
Which is?
Respect. We talk about it a lot, but we need to identify respect, not just as, a nice virtue, but as the foundational love language, the thing that meets that absolute core human need to feel valued and appreciated for who you are.
Okay, but respect is such a broad term. How do we define it in action? Especially when things get tough. What does it actually look like?
It goes so far beyond just being polite or avoiding insults. Respect is defined by action and by honoring boundaries.
Okay, give me some examples.
All right, ask yourself, do you respect their ambition, even if pursuing it means significant inconvenience or sacrifice for your routine? Does that respect translate into active support? Do you respect the immense trust they've placed in you? The vulnerability in saying, essentially, here's my heart, please don't break it? Does that trust actually hold weight in your daily choices?
That's the hard part, isn't it? Respecting their time means showing up on time. Respecting their trust means acting trustworthy, even when maybe an opportunity arises to not be.
Precisely. It's behavioral. And crucially, it extends to the deepest parts of them, their identity, their worldview. You respect their opinions on major life issues, societal issues, even if you find those opinions difficult, maybe even repellent.
Wow, because if you can't respect their fundamental worldview,
how can you possibly build a shared future? How do you make critical decisions together about kids, money, where to live, if there's a fundamental lack of respect for how the other person sees the world?
the partnership just collapses eventually, doesn't it? Because that need to feel valued goes unmet.
It inevitably collapses. And one more layer to this. It involves roles sometimes, too. Do you respect their leadership enough to follow when it's their turn to lead? Or, conversely, do you respect their willingness to follow your lead enough to be responsible and caring with that power?
So it's about honoring the whole person.
The whole person, even the parts you don't fully understand or agree with, that's deep respect.
So circling back then, making this huge choice, choosing a life partner, it takes courage. But maybe it doesn't have to be quite so overwhelmingly difficult.
It doesn't. Not if you approach it with this kind of clarity. The truly difficult part isn't actually making the final decision,
What is it then?
It's admitting and confronting the hard truths that are often staring you right in the face. That's what takes enormous courage. Especially when that fear of loneliness is whispering excuses, telling you to stick with the fantasy.
Confronting the truth and the reward for having that courage, for facing reality.
The easy part. The easy part is the peace that comes after. This profound, stabilizing peace.
How so?
Because you acted wisely. You gained clarity. Whether that clarity led you to recommit fully or to realize you need to move on, you made an informed choice. And that knowledge, that certainty, eliminates that constant gnawing anxiety of internal conflict. It stabilizes your future.
That makes a lot of sense. Peace after the storm of facing the truth.
Exactly.
Okay, so here's the final thought we want to leave everyone mulling over today. It builds on everything we've discussed.
Let's hear it.
If you could strip away everything external, all the projections, all the fantasies about potential, all the societal pressures, or even just your own need to not be alone. If you stripped all that away, what percentage of your current relationship is truly fueled by genuine love and deep connection? And what percentage is fueled purely by the fear of confronting the truth?
Wow.
Just sit with that number. Think about what that percentage really implies for you.